Hey friend, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I thought it would be fun to take you along with me as I get a little inspiration for this upcoming fall and Halloween season. I started out at HomeGoods and they did not disappoint. They had so much fall and Halloween stuff. The shelves were crammed full. I was almost afraid to touch anything for fear that I might cause a domino effect of stuff falling over. That's always one of my biggest fears when I go into the store. I've never really been one to decorate for Halloween, so I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going for this year. I don't plan on doing much, but I do want to add a little bit to maybe the front part of my house. I'm thinking the entryway and the living room. I have a few ideas of what I'm kind of wanting to do, but I'm still looking just for my style and some inspiration. Do you decorate for Halloween? Do you decorate for both fall and Halloween? I've always been a little bit conflicted because I love my fall stuff and then I normally just go straight to Christmas. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to incorporate Halloween into my decor timeline this year. Let me know in the comments below what you do and if you favor fall or Halloween more, or how do you decide which one you're going to decorate for. I really loved this little pumpkin. It reminded me of the one that I got at Hobby Lobby, but it was a little more than I wanted to pay. I really loved the way that they had this display set up. I'm so drawn to this mustard yellow this time of year, and I loved both of these pumpkins. I didn't buy them, but I'm considering going back. I don't know if I can justify any more pumpkins in my house, but I really want to add those to my collection. I also really liked the little turkeys that they had here and these candlesticks. I would love to see those maybe in my dining room closer to Thanksgiving. But again, I'm having a hard time finding my timelines for decor and how I want to incorporate some of the things in this year. There really was no rhyme or reason to how anything was set up. They had a lot of fall and Halloween stuff mixed in together. I did think that that little boo sign was adorable. And I loved this ghost with the coffee and the one with the plant. I almost bought those and I really can't stop thinking about them. So I think I may have to go back and see if they're still there. And then they had the Snoopy snow globe. Snoopy is one of my absolute favorites. I love everything Snoopy, and I did end up purchasing a Snoopy mug on this trip. I wasn't really sure about this elf here. Like, is it a witch elf or I don't know. It kind of creeped me out a little bit. And at one point, I backed into it and it tried to hitch a ride with me. I wish I'd have caught that on camera because it was hilarious. I love this little ghost sign. I'm actually going to try to recreate this one. So stay tuned for a crafting video so that you can check that out. And they had pillows and blankets galore. I am such a sucker for a good cozy blanket, and I really had a hard time not walking away with something. But it's a little bit too early for me to be grabbing anything really for Halloween. Pillows, I love the idea of them, but I already have so many pillows in my home that I don't think I can justify anymore. And then, of course, I had to look at all of the pet stuff. They had so much pet stuff for Halloween. And I did end up getting those scratch pads for my cats because it was such a good price and they love their scratch pads. I also really loved that wiener dog, but again, I couldn't justify it. So then we were on to Michael's. I was a bit surprised at the lack of fall decor at Michael's, even though I don't tend to have a lot of good luck with our Michael's in this area. So I don't know why I was so surprised. They did, however, have a lot of their Halloween decor out. I've been seeing other videos of their new collections, and so I was excited to see this stuff in person. I thought that little pumpkin was so cute, and I love the idea of the disco balls and the cutesy pinks and bright neons and stuff, but I don't think that's the vibe I'm going to be going for. While they did have a lot of Halloween stuff, I did notice that it was kind of spread out, so it may have been one or two items spread over a whole shelf. So that was a little bit disappointing, but I know it's still early and they're still working on getting things out. I loved the little ghost pillows. I'm finding that I'm leaning towards the ghosts this year. So we'll see what happens with that. I've got a few ideas for some DIY projects when it comes to the ghosts. I'm thinking ghost and a witchy theme for Halloween this year. They did have several things in as far as like craft supplies and picks, floral picks. I thought that the little crystal balls were pretty cool. If I had not already gotten one of those, I would have grabbed one. And then I was just checking out the little fake crystals. I loved this vintage looking jack-o'-lantern, and I almost bought this one, but I have to say I'm glad that I waited because I ended up finding one at Goodwill that was terracotta that I like a lot better. I thought these skull plant hangers were pretty interesting. Again, not really my style. And then I came across this beautiful white witchy themed decor, and I really like the way that they did this. It gave me some good ideas for some things that I want to try to do to incorporate into my witchy theme that I'm considering doing. I liked this little picture. I'll probably do something similar to that, as well as the poison. I don't know that I'll do the poison garden, but I plan on recreating some poison bottles and like an apothecary type entryway, I believe. I thought this picture of the witch was really pretty, and I did consider buying that one, but ended up walking away from it. I have such a hard time sometimes deciding what color scheme or what theme I want to do. Does anybody else have an issue with that? How do you decide when there are so many good ideas or good themes? I loved the little witch's boots and the Beware of the Witch. I think those are really cute. And then it was on to the third collection that Michael's has put out this year, the Dead Inside. And I really liked this too. I thought that the skull with the moon picture was very cute. I could see me putting that out. Even though I don't think that I'm going to be using much in the way of skulls or skeletons this year, it's not to say that I won't at some point. I really liked the little moon scullies. And then these witch pictures. If I had to pick one, I don't know that I could do it. I also really loved that cauldron. It was a lot heavier than it looked. I'm thinking about doing a DIY for the brooms, so that's something else that I'm considering. And like I said, these witch pictures were they were done so well. They looked so nice, and you could tell they were incorporating the different elements. I really liked this mug, even though I ended up not getting it. And the Crystals Tarot Sage and Coffee sign will be on my coffee bar for Halloween, or I will have made one similar of my own. And then it was on to some more fall stuff. I was a little bit disappointed with the variety of the fall decor that they had, but one thing that never really disappoints me at Michael's is the florals. They had some beautiful florals, and I if I needed some, I think I would have to go back and get them. I'm trying to be thoughtful of what I already have, and I have a lot of things that I need to use. However, if I find that I'm still lacking something, I may have to go back and get those flowers. I noticed a lot of the garlands and such that they had out were more summer-like and not so much for fall. They did, however, have some beautiful wreaths, and I was able to get some ideas for my wreath that I plan on redoing. I also noticed the woodland creatures seem to be more of a theme this year, and a few of them that they had here also looked like the ones that I got at the Dollar Tree. So, if that's your style, definitely check out the Dollar Tree before you head to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And this about wrapped it up for this trip. I'm hoping to check out a few more places this next week. So stay tuned, and I will be sharing some more, hopefully some thrifting. That is what I plan to do for most of my Halloween decor. So I'll see you in the next one.